What's up, guys? BOK here, back at you with another one today. Looks like finally Mother Nature has decided to cooperate with us a little bit. She's not deciding to open up and just let us have it, which is cool. But yeah, just coming at you, sitting outside today. It's been, well, like I said, the work week. Had the chance to take the day off and, was sitting around earlier, didn't do much today. Man, it's windy out here. I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll see. Anywho, took the morning to really just enjoy and kick back, do nothing. And, as the day was going on, now I was kind of like, you know what, I got a day off. But, as I've learned talking from a lot of you guys and stuff, there is no day off, man. When a day off of a job at the credit union means I better get my butt over here and, take the time I got, all that extra time I got, and put some content out here. So with that being said, it's time. It's been a relaxing morning, which has been appreciated, but now the grind starts, as everybody knows. It's been a week of excitement, challenges, definitely taking me out of my comfort level, because I never would have thought in hell, I would have been doing this. But, it's, one of those things where they always say, if you enjoy it, it's not work. And, man, I love the feedback I've gotten so far. Can't wait to keep going and, keep helping people out, throwing some ideas out, and kind of go from there. So, focus today is going to be, actually probably not even just today, focus over the next week or so, is going to be talking about credit. It's a big thing that I've seen a lot of people come in and request, and there's most people are thinking, hey, when it comes to credit, make your payments. Yeah, that's true, but you know what, there's more to it than that. So we're just going to kind of take it one day at a time, one step at a time rather. Break this up in a little bit of increments, that way you guys can focus on each increment. I don't overwhelm you with a lot. And today we're going to go over the key component of your FICO score, your credit score, and that FICO key component is payment history. So approximately 35% of your credit score is from payment history. Obviously, it made sense. It's gonna be the one thing that, if you're paying on time, lenders are gonna declare you as a lesser of a risk, thus probably be more willing to extend credit to you. So that's it made sense. I mean, it's, again, none of this is overwhelming stuff I'm talking about, but again, most people, when it comes down to it, they think credit, let's pay. Again, it's more than that, but today's topic, the payment history, is the biggest one. So a lot of the questions I get actually are, is a late payment going to kill me? Is it going to affect me? I don't want to say yes, I don't want to say no. A late payment, it's going to be recorded on your score, or reflected on your bureau, but it's not definitely going to be the end all say all. When you look at overall credit history as a whole, it's definitely going to outweigh if you have one late payment here or there. Now, I'm not advising make late payments. I'm definitely just saying, if you run into a situation, it's not the end of the world. So with that being said, obviously the best thing to do is pay on time. If you've got no late payments, you're going to be that much better off. So, pay on time. 35% of that, almost 50%, one half of your credit score is deemed on how you pay. That's huge. And just try to make sure you're budgeting for that, and, make sure the payment is there. I always recommend to people, if you run into a situation, reach out to your creditor that gave you, lended you the money. Talk with them, see if you can work with them. It's definitely easier to communicate with them than it is, and you make communication and reach out, than it is to let the creditor come out and reach out to you. That's not what we like to do. So a lot of the questions I get to are, what types of accounts really are considered as part of credit payment history? Obviously, credit cards, auto loans, signature personal loans, stuff like that. But you also get retail accounts too, so store credit, Kohl's, Best Buy, whatever the case may be. Any finance companies that allow you to lend you credit, that's another thing. And obviously, you know, the real big one is when you get that mortgage, that's definitely going to be on there. So those are really what makes up, you know, the credit history in terms of accounts. All right, now that we've gone over the accounts, let's talk about what's going to actually hurt you. Public records and any collection item, those are the things that are going to get you the most. A bankruptcy, going to sit on your credit report for 7 years, possibly even longer, anywhere probably from 7 to 10 years, depending upon which type of bankruptcy is filed. Any lawsuit, any garnishment, any wage attachments that you do. Again, negative things that are going to affect payment history, thus lowering your credit. So if you can stay away from all that, you know, that's definitely the big thing that you got to remember. So when it comes to payment history, there's actually pretty much 7 components that make up the history. Obviously, it's your payment information on your credit cards, any retail accounts, any mortgage, stuff like that. They also look at how overdue you do. Are you 30 days past due? Are you 60 days past due? You know, are you 90? Each one of those is going to play a factor in, you know, affecting your credit score, whether it be for the positive or negative. Obviously, if you're missing payments, it's going to be for negative. If you're making payments, it's going to be for the positive. You know, another one that is an effect is the amount of time that's passed since a delinquency. So let's say you went 30 days delinquent, you know, and now whatever the case may be, 30 days has passed and you're still not paying it. Stuff like that, those are the things that you just got to avoid. And the other component that really you got to kind of think about is the number of accounts you have and if you're paying on them as agreed to the creditors. So keep these in mind, definitely. And, you know, that's just one of my 2 tips to, you know, keep in mind when it comes to this. So with that being said, let me end this video on a positive note. You know, 3 things really to enhance payment history. Number 1, and I know this is easier said than done, but pay your bills on time. That is the biggest thing you can do in order to keep that credit score up. You know, if you're paying on time, it's the best thing. Set up a budget if you really need to. You know, the thing I always tell people most is it's easier to ruin a credit score than it is to fix it. You know, being in the financial industry, I see it firsthand all the time. You know, people come to me and say, hey man, how can I fix my credit? And, you know, I want to do it in 2 months because I need to buy this. And I hate to break it to you, and, you know, I'm just being honest, but it might take longer than 2 months. So again, you know, establish that credit, keep paying on time, and, you know, make sure you can do whatever you can to keep it up. Number 2, obviously, if you are behind on payments, make sure you get them as up to date as soon as possible. You know, the older a credit problem, the less of a factor it is towards your score. So, you know, let's say you went delinquent 30 days on something and you've paid it for 9, 10, 11 months straight. You know, even after that late payment, you know, 11 months ago, you're going to realize that there's more potential to increase the score, and it'll have a less effect. You know, like I said, the older it is, the less of a problem. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, the last thing to do, really just contact your creditors and get help if you need to. If there's any way that they can help you, you know, most places will try to, I feel like, whether it be lowering your interest rate to pay off that faster, whether it be maybe allowing you to skip a payment just because you ran into a hardship. You know, being in the situation I'm in, being in a financial institution where we're lending credit to people, the last thing I really want to do is have to track someone down if they're late. There's only one of me, and I deal with, you know, 4,000 people. Easier that you guys reach out to your lender and let them know, hey, you know what, this is the case, you know, is there anything you can do? Like I said, I'm not going to guarantee you they're going to work with you, but it sure is definitely appreciated, and I'm going to speak from my standpoint. If that was me receiving the call, I'm more willing to work with you knowing you reached out to me than having me track you down. So definitely reach out if you can, you know, and see if they'll work with you. Obviously, this is just part 1 of this video. Stay tuned. Hopefully there was some useful tips in here. Again, you know, what I'm telling you is maybe basic knowledge. Some of it may be new to you. Definitely not financial advice, and I do, hold a certified credit union financial counseling license, certificate, whatever. So I am able to talk about this, and can be more than happy to answer any questions anyone has. Again, hopefully everyone is enjoying the day. Hopefully I'll see you guys back here for part 2. And as I always like to say, it's gonna be okay. Catch you guys later. Adios.